Hi, my name is Eric Emma, and I'm the artistic director of the Venus Radio Theater. Just head through these doors and enjoy the show. Actually, hold on. You're not from around here, are you? This isn't your normal theater, okay? We got a rough clientele here, so do me a favor and just don't look anyone in the eye, okay? If you do that, it'll be a great time and a great show. Probably. Oh, and one last thing. Please, if you believe in our dream of providing a theater for all and want to continue hearing great, thrilling shows, then support us by liking, rating, and subscribing on your preferred podcast platform. Now, what are you waiting for? Just go through the door and take a seat. It's about to start.
Hey, no outside food! I see you with that water bottle in your pants!
This piece of junk working or what?
Sorry, folks, this is our first show. Technical difficulties.
Benny, it's on. You just need to talk into it.
Usually there's a button or something. Now give me the fucking note cards. Let me see what I'm doing. Welcome to the Venus Radio Theater, home of the imaginative stories. And, wait, what do we got here? Bobby, we don't need a freaking thesis statement. These people aren't even here for this crapola. They're here for the wieners.
The wieners!
We want the wieners!
Want wieners!
Wieners!
Uncle, there are no free hot wieners. It was just a cheap marketing ploy to fill the theater.
Give us the
Oh, that's bad.
Hey, folks, I'm sorry. The wiener truck got into an accident, but we promised to have some next week, yeah. And we promise to deliver you and all Rhode Islanders culturally enriching free theater in the spirit of Joe Papp. Just bear with us, please.
Everybody shut the fuck up! That's my boy up there!
I told you once, and I'll tell you again. There ain't no wieners, there's no spinach pies, there's no fucking macaroons. So shut up! Now, we're a classy establishment, non-profit organization doing the Lord's work. So don't forget to check in with Larry for all your betting needs.
Come on, boys, action's still open.
Uncle, introduce the show, please.
Oh, jeez. We're pleased to put on an epic tale about Quixonomics. Quixotop. What is it with you in these $10 words?
you fucking idiot!
All right. An epic tale about some weird, quickie, toxic queer cats. Calico M.D. Who ever heard of queer cats? Why do cats have to be gay now? Everything is gay now. I can't even drink a coffee.
So homophobic!
We are so sorry. We're all ashamed of him, too, I promise. We've really worked hard on this, and we just want to entertain you and offer something different than what's on TV. Without further ado, Venus Radio Theater on the Air presents Calico M.D. with music provided by the house band, The Dead Anglers.
Generous audience. I spent a lifetime trying to put the story you're about to hear to the page. A story inspiring in its ambition and crushing in its revelations. In my bones, I knew I needed to get this story out to the world, and that it had to be the most beautiful, well-told story ever written. But I lacked the skills or talent to do it justice. And after years of contorting words into grotesque, horrific little monster sentences that delighted in devouring my intent, I have finally succumbed to this inescapable fact. I will never be able to write this. I shall, however, take this one last stand and begin to tell it to you tonight. You may have heard whispers of this story, but never have you heard the true story of the famous, legendary cat doctor known as Calico M.D. of Prospect Park. The hero of our story would appear to be a rather ordinary calico house cat named Madeline. She is owned by two millennial working women, Kate and Brittany. Madeline wants something more. She wants something unthinkable.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I'm going to bed.
Good night, Madeline. Good night, Joseph.
That would be Kate and Brittany's 62-year-old cockatoo, Joseph Cornell. He squawks from a wooden shadow box that's lined with old newspaper clippings.
Dr. Che, the patient is flatlining.
Stabilize our patient, or get me a nurse that can.
We can't operate on him without the consent of the family.
I didn't sign up to be a bureaucrat. I signed up to be a doctor. Hand me my damn scalpel.
Someday, I'll have a nurse to yell at and a scalpel to cut through bureaucratic red tape. I'll be a doctor.
Be mindful of yourself, Madeline.
Don't you ever wonder what it'd be like to be free?
My dreams are old and long, feline. An ocean's breath carries me through azure skies, and in the distance I see friends and family not yet met. But no matter how far I fly, they never get closer. It's my captivity that allows those skies to seem so big and wondrous. I shudder to think what my discontent would be if I had the whole world to contend with.
Someone's been on the inside too long.
Too long or not enough?
A beautiful, long-haired, purebred, white Turkish Angora cat stands in an open window.
Laura, where have you been? I'll leave that to your imagination.
Who Laura is, or was, will always be a mystery. However, I can tell you that if you dive deep into those large, luminous eyes, you will discover a deep well of pain and disappointment.
So, are you finally ready to become a doctor? Of course I am. Once I figure out how these sticky squares work. I'm going to send in my application for medical school.
Oh, babe. A cat doesn't learn how to be a doctor by going to school. She learns it in the streets.
That's exactly what Dr. Chase said in episode 36. Murder at Chevert. We have no time to waste. I found us the perfect place.
Laura tosses Madeline out the window.
Did I do that? Smell you later, feathers.
One man with a dream at pleasure shall go forth and conquer a crown. And three with a new song's measure can trample an empire down.
Madeline follows Laura through the dark Brooklyn streets, weaving between buildings and oncoming traffic. Each zig followed by a more dangerous zag. Madeline had ventured out into the world before with Laura, but never this far away from the safety of her home. Madeline would follow Laura into the depths of canine hell, if it meant she'd get closer to her goal of being a doctor. Finally, they arrive at a closed-off alley. It is blocked off by a tall fence that Laura quickly glides up. Madeline cautiously follows, but stops at the top. Laura jumps from the fence and down onto the other side with amazing grace.
It's just a fence. Don't be a scaredy cat.
I'm dead, aren't I?
House cats.
Where are we?
Humans pass by every day, and all they see are raggedy cats living inside derelict appliances. But little do they know, they're passing by a wondrous utopian society.
Welcome to 60th Village. We've been expecting you.
Who are you?
Hi, I'm Cecil. I'm a turtle. They say I'm pretty fast for a
Turtle! And he's the unofficial chief health inspector. Okay, got it. Introduced. Perfect. Moving on.
Laura, you brought her.
Promenading towards Madeline and Laura, with an entourage of cats, is the one and only Big Ant. Her body, missing patches of fur, adorned with disfiguring scars, and with calloused paws, reminds the village of the harsh world that exists past the fence, and the importance of Big Ant's protection.
I always deliver what I promise.
Welcome to Sixius Village. We are a shelter for queens, sick of living in a ferocious world of toms. Everything within our village is shared, and together we make a family.
All women?
Except our precious babies. But we're raising a new generation of respectable toms that know how to treat their queens right.
Preach it, girl!
Settle down, settle down. Enough with the vulgarities. I think you'll fit right in, Dr. Calico.
There's a doctor here? Where? I'd love to ask her how a cat becomes a doctor.
Dr. Calico, is
Oh.
I know this isn't what you're used to, but we're honored you've decided to practice here.
This is one prestigious cat. She's from Uptown.
We are all honored by your sacrifice, pretending to be a human slave, degrading yourself so that you could learn the arcane arts of medical practice for the betterment of cats everywhere.
This is the doctor we've been hearing about? She looks like owl food to me.
A little sparrow in a bowler hat hovers by Big Ant, smoking a cigar.
Shut your dirty beak, Grizz. Unless spoken to.
Laura, show Dr. Calico to her office.
Madeline follows Laura to the end of the alley. The other cats watch her with a certain awe.
What did you tell these queens?
Just enough.
When they reach the end of the alley, they come to a forgotten van propped up on cinder blocks. The faded and ripped upholstery set against rusted metal truly makes evident the vehicle's age. However, there is a surprising beauty in the ivy that chains this grotesque sight. Madeline winces at the stench of garbage and dry cat urine.
Welcome to your office.
This is supposed to be my office?
Where's your imagination, Dr. Calico?
My name is Madeline.
Ow! Madeline is bullshit. Understand? That's a name given to you by your slave owners. You are free. Now say your name.
Dr. Calico. Is that right?
Ow! Say it proud.
Dr. Calico.
Louder.
I am Dr. Calico.
Hell yeah.
Well, Dr. Che always says, a doctor makes his own damn office. And his own damn coffee.
Over the next few weeks, Dr. Calico, successfully manages to sneak out at night without Kate or Brittany noticing. She, along with the help of the other cats, clean the van till the odor of its previous existence could be detected by only the sharpest of noses and only on the windiest of days.
Oh, Dr. Calico, so good to see
Doc,
you.
can I get a prescription for catnip?
I found a bug in my bowl and I drank from it. Is that bad?
Long green things. And it was so scary and it looked like a snake.
And how much
My
do
boy,
you think I can
Jeremiah,
get for them?
he killed a filthy pigeon and he's got non-stop vomiting.
My baby hasn't
diarrhea.
meowed
I
yet.
heard eating tuna from a can was bad for
This is how Dr. Calico's days would go. Always a line of patients that stretched from the back of the alley up to the front of her practice. On this particular day, though, Dr. Calico takes what would have been a lovely afternoon stroll with her favorite feline, Laura. But as they walk, they hear...
No, Big Andy! Please, please, please!
Dr. Calico and Laura hide behind a derelict dishwasher and watch as Big Ant and the other cats push and bully a plump Italian mama cat towards the fence that separates Sixius and the outside world.
You know the law of our village.
No interaction with humans! But they're the only one that can scratch that one part of your ear and it feels so good!
What's going on over there?
Some pussies are just meant to be skinned and tossed. I always liked sharing a bowl of morning milk with her. Goodbye, Mamacita.
But what about our kittens? I just helped deliver them last week.
It ain't our problem, love.
No! Dad! Don't do this! Later! Don't do this! Don't take my babies away! Get out! No!
Doesn't Big Ann have a heart?
Get over here. You don't need to be a human to scratch a cat's ear.
This, of course, all makes no sense to Dr. Calico, because a doctor never considers the needs of the many, only the needs of the one. But she tries to put what she saw out of mind as things otherwise were going so well. Let's jump ahead to some time after Dr. Calico's practice has firmly been established.
A whole bunch of pussies in an alley without a Tom in sight. Yep, looks like I found El Dorado.
A fat, furry creature squeezes through a small hole in the fence. Once free, she barrels forth towards Dr. Calico's office and past the long daily line of cats awaiting medical care.
Rose! Is that a raccoon? Why, yes it is. Thanks for asking.
I'm sorry, no walk-ins.
What are we, shoppers?
I'm really gonna have to ask you to wait in the waiting area.
I'm not here as a patient. I'm here to be your nurse.
Say that again.
Ain't got the time, cat.
With not a moment to waste, our new raccoon friend launches herself into the air and into the van's partially opened window. However, her rotund body gets stuck. She tries to wriggle herself free.
I wish I brought my Crisco!
Crisco or not, nothing was stopping this raccoon from meeting Dr. Calico. Using all the power of her being, she manages to squeeze through the window, landing on her feet. Dr. Calico quizzically stares at the adorable, larger-than-life raccoon in front of her. Disbelief colors the raccoon's countenance as she looks around Dr. Calico's office. She expected a lot more from the cat doctor that she had heard whispers about.
I'm your nurse and toolmaker.
Whoa. My what? Now hold on.
Do you at least have disinfectant?
Oh, it's called my tongue. What's your name?
Dominique. Also, this is super important. When we get our very own door, it should read Dr. Calico, surgeon, and Dominique, nurse.
Dr. Calico looks at Dom and smiles. She had finally met a kindred spirit. Nothing more needed to be said. The two would forever be joined as Dr. Cat and Raccoon Nurse.
She does have thumbs. Those could come in handy, especially with stitching.
Dr. Calico! It's Cecil!
As has been mentioned on numerous occasions, Cecil is a turtle. And Cecil is slow. And although he's been told not to go outside many times, turtles do not like to be told what to do. Unfortunately, they are prone to being crushed by feet, wheels, and other large moving objects.
I can't feel my legs! There goes my career as a marathon runner.
Hi, I'm Dom, and I'm your nurse.
I'm Cecil, I'm a turtle, and I'm a pretty fast...
Prep this patient, nurse.
She's your nurse? Wait, what?
Yes, doctor. I'm sorry we don't have a proper table for you. I just got here.
It's okay. You mean well.
Dr. Calico flicks out one of her surgical knives from her paw. She approaches Cecil's feet. She slowly presses her claw into his foot.
Cecil, tell me if you feel anything.
Oh, I hate sharp, pointy objects.
She continues to press harder, but Cecil has no reaction.
Anything?
Let me check. Wait, I'm still checking on the first swipe. Turtles are slow.
Meow! Nothing?
I should be in excruciating pain, shouldn't I?
Should there be that much blood?
Nurse?
Yes, Dr. Calico.
Clean this patient's foot up.
Will I ever be able to walk again?
I promise you, Cecil. You will walk again.
Laura's eyes flare with fear. This was not the plan. They had gained the trust of Big Ant, and soon Dr. Calico would receive citizenship to the village. And once that happened, Laura envisioned Dr. Calico would leave her human masters so that she and Laura could live permanently together in the village for the rest of their days. However, this had the potential to destroy Laura's carefully constructed plan. Everyone would see that Dr. Calico was simply an ordinary house cat in scrubs. And we all saw what happened to the Italian mama cat. Laura needed to act. And she needed to act fast.
We don't want to arouse suspicion. We need to stay in our lane. That means minor operations only.
What do you mean, minor operations?
Do we want to lose this?
He will walk again.
You know that's not true.
You don't believe in me.
Laura leaves without even glancing at Dr. Calico. Dom promises Dr. Calico she can transform the van into a proper operating room before Cecil's surgery. Dr. Calico leaves Dom with a list of materials that she needs and takes off. Dr. Calico takes her time getting back to Brittany and Kate's. Her whole being felt shook as she wrestled with a new feeling, doubt. Before, she always felt Laura's undying support, and without it, she felt alone in the face of real failure. Several days passed by while Dr. Calico laid low at Brittany and Kate's apartment. She knew she needed to return to the village soon. Dr. Calico lethargically sits on Kate's lap. Brittany stands by the apartment door dealing with her rather surly landlord and his suspicions that she and Kate are staying in the apartment as illegal subtenants.
I told you, Eduardo was on tour and his sister Kate is staying while he's gone.
Sweetie, look up here. Do I have asshole written on my forehead?
He's a musician, okay? Do you know what it's like when your man spends half the year on the road? It's
Okay. No need
like
to
the
get
worst
upset.
feeling.
All right? I don't want to believe the entire day that I made a beautiful girl cry. All right? It's just a sublet. We just don't allow it. I'm going to try and call Eduardo. Try to take care of this. All right? Now smile. Cheer up. Okay, great. See you later. Bye.
I hate having to use fake tears. It's so demeaning. Which do you think is less believable? That you're Eduardo's sister, or that Eduardo is my musician boyfriend?
Doesn't he have enough money? I mean, why does he care so much?
Maybe we upset the neighbors. You don't think we're being too loud, do you?
You're the one that's loud. Oh, come on. You still can't say it? Sex. It's just a word.
Can we just change the subject? You had an audition today, right?
Sex. Lots and lots of lesbian sex. Also, my auditions are going great. Thank you for asking.
Sex requires no talking. Not about it, during it, or at all.
And yet, you're the loud one. Anyway, do you think Madeline is sick? She won't sit on my lap anymore, and she just stares out the window like all day long, and it's just not normal. I know it.
Yes, Madeline must be sick if it's not showering you with love.
Well, since you agree, you wouldn't mind scheduling an appointment with the vet, would you?
You know I was being sarcastic.
Yes, but I gotta go. It's pilot season.
Kate heads out the door. As Brittany heads to the bedroom for her mindfulness meditation, Joseph looks over at the melancholic Dr. Calico.
How's freedom treating you?
She didn't believe in me.
Who?
Laura! She didn't believe I could do it.
Did perhaps you ever think that she was worried about you?
See you later, Joe. I just need to nail this surgery. Just show her she doesn't have to worry. I got a turtle to save.
Dr. Calico jumps out of the window and back onto the path of her destiny, as Joseph looks on with worry.
That's not what I meant at all.
The neighboring house cats look on with disgust at how a cat from such a respectable and good home could debase herself by associating with alley cats.
Madeline is taking off again.
Pretty lady cat like her shouldn't be wandering around by herself.
Doesn't she know that one of these days she's going to get herself killed?
We return to Dr. Calico's van. Dom has transformed it into a magnificent surgeon's suite. Using fast food trays and cutlery, along with other strange odds and ends that Dom has procured, Dr. Calico has all the accoutrements of a doctor. However, Dom's crowning achievement is the hydraulic surgical table she has created.
Do you really think I'll be able to walk again?
Of course you will. Dr. Calico is the best doctor there is. And I just happen to be the best nurse there is. We're the Golden State Warriors of medicine.
That's good, because I hate swimming.
We all hate swimming.
Everything all set, Dom?
Yes, Doctor. I've procured everything we'll need.
Then prep our turtle friend for surgery.
Yes, Doctor. Now, Cecil, relax.
It's amazing how you were able to build so much in such a short amount of time.
It was either be a nurse or engineer. I'm really talented.
Let's get ready for the surgery.
Dr. Calico and Dom furiously work all through the moon's nightly watch, till the sun begins its slow march upward to relieve Moon of her celestial duties. And as Sun finally gets comfortable in what she adamantly asserts is her rightful seat, Dr. Calico wipes her brow and turns to her faithful nurse.
The surgery is complete. Lower the patient.
Yes, Doctor.
Did it work? Can he walk?
Let me check.
Cecil tries to move his hind legs, but they remain motionless and broken.
Nope. I still can't feel my legs.
Time to find another alley.
His face scrunches as he tries again, and in the turtle's old, albeit charming green face is a profound sadness, for he truly did want to become a marathon runner.
I'll never walk again.
This can't be right.
I didn't say you'd be able to use your legs. I said you'd be able to walk.
But how?
Start trying to walk with your front legs.
But...
Cecil, just believe.
I don't believe it.
How is it possible?
It's science. Wheels placed underneath his shell allow him the mobility he needs.
And completely waterproof. Should you want to swim?
I promise you that'll be a useless feature.
Laura smiles.
Perfect.
As she realizes that her dream is firmly within her grasp once again.
You are more amazing than I ever realized.
All in a day's work.
After the successful operation on the not-so-official health inspector, Big Ant gathers the citizenry of Sixius Village for an announcement that would bind our characters' fates for the rest of their days.
Everyone, today we meet to honor the final piece of our village. Her healing paws have touched so many of us. Before we go any further, let me honor the creator of our village, Miss Ellen.
Oh my God, love her so much. Thank you.
It's from her teachings that Sixius Village was created. The aim has always been to make a refuge for all our sister cats.
Yes, sister
The kittens of our village don't remember the dark times when our sister cats were tired and afraid to walk the streets. Toms pouncing on them and then never being heard from again when it came time to raise the litter. A time when there was no access to quality health care. Dr. Calico, are you? And yes, how can we forget her trusty nurse, Dom? Do you promise to dedicate all your energies to the benefit of the village and its citizens?
Yes.
Yes. Do you swear to henceforth never interact with the slave-owning humans that seek to curb our potential by infantilizing us? And accepting that interaction with the humans is punishable by death.
Oh, I can still dumpster dive, yeah?
As long as there are no humans around.
Sweet. Count this trash-loving marsupial in.
Dr. Calico.
Did you just say death? Death?
Strange as it may seem, Dr. Calico had never thought of an existence in which she did not interact with the humans. In fact, her ultimate goal had always been to be a doctor, like Dr. Che, and that involved treating humans. She would have to lie.
This is what I wanted.
Yes.
And by the power bestowed upon me by the citizens of Sixius Village, you both are now citizens of the village. And we give to both of you our highest honor. Boys, present them with the dead rats.
At least 20 male kittens jump out of the crowd. They carry 2 rather large, disgusting dead rats. They lay the rats in front of Dom and Dr. Calico. I do not lie when I tell you that both dead rats were the size of a small dog.
Gross.
It's a cat thing.
Well, cats are gross.
The cats of the village seize upon Dom and Dr. Calico. The village's many tongues lick Dom and Dr. Calico's furry bodies as they attempt to wash them both of the filth of the outside world, literally and figuratively.
No, I'm a raccoon. I don't need washing.
Let our
We're
tongues
actually
do the
a
magic.
cleanly species. No.
Laura dives into the orgy of tongues. With her teeth, grabs Dr. Calico by the scruff of her neck and pulls her out of the pile of cats. Through the conflagration of different colored and furry bodies, poor Dom sees Laura and Dr. Calico absconding off without her.
Hey, where are you going? You can't leave me here. You can't.
I thought you deserved a gift with how well everything has come together for us.
Laura presents Dr. Calico with an old leather-bound tome. Immediately, Dr. Calico knows what it is.
Is this what I think it is? Well, open it up.
The Surgeon's Handbook, 2nd edition. It is like a cookbook for surgeons. And in case you didn't know, in every operating room, you'll find a book stand, and on it is this magical book.
It has everything!
Reading through it, I can't help but think Dr. Che is a horrible doctor.
It's called Trinidad Hospital, Laura, not New York Hospital. As Dr. Che says, I'm a doctor in a jungle, and all I got's are coconuts and jerk chicken.
Makes me happy you like it. Also, I thought we could start talking about the future. You and I and life.
Whoa, I thought I knew about humans from Trinidad Hospital. But the surgeon's handbook has so much. With this, I can finally move on to humans. Meow.
Run that by me real quick again.
It's like you said. I can do anything I want to.
My precious Dr. Calico, perhaps if you could hear anything other than the siren's call of your dreams, you could have had a happy and peaceful existence. But I guess that will always be your tragedy.
Not that.
But I thought you wanted me to be a doctor.
I want us to be happy. Is that too much to ask?
Laura.
Dr. Calico, it's Elaine. She's sick.
Hey, professional nurse coming through. Spike, come on. What's the scuttlebutt?
We got a patient.
It's Helene.
It's going to be okay, child.
Dr. Calico, Elaine means so much to all of us.
I can save Helene.
We're all counting on you.
Dr. Calico summoned all the knowledge and skill she possessed, but I'm afraid it simply was not enough to forestall the debt that had come due for Miss Helene.
I'm afraid she didn't make it.
That's impossible. Check again.
It wasn't your fault.
Stop talking like that and check again.
You did all you could do.
I removed the tumor. I sewed her back up, just like Dr. Che would.
She's gone, Dr. Calico.
No. She has to. She has to.
Get some air. I'll take care of everything else.
I won't let this patient die. I won't.
She's dead, Doctor. She's dead. Just go.
Dr. Calico climbs to the top of the van and falls on her back. She stares up at the stars. On her back, she could hear the soft whispers of the village and the seeds of doubt that those whispers carried on their backs. Dr. Calico clenches her eyes shut as she tries to stop the tears from overtaking her. She failed the village, and worse, she failed herself. The realization that her actions have real consequences crashes down upon her. She doesn't know what to do. It wasn't supposed to be like this. Laura climbs to the top of the van and gives Dr. Calico a tender lick to her forehead to remind Dr. Calico that she's not alone.
Just a cat that's seen too much TV.
If that's true, then why follow me here? Why start a practice? Why everything since the day we met?
I couldn't save her.
Let's not kid ourselves. Miss Helene already had 2 back paws in the litter box.
What's going to happen when the next cat needs saving?
I'll be there with you. Always.
I can't save them.
When Santiago took a bullet for Dr. Che and Dr. Che couldn't save him, what did he say to his nurse?
If I could save them all, I wouldn't be a doctor. I'd be God. But that's Dr. Che.
Laura takes Calico's paw and puts it to her chest.
Can you feel it?
Dr. Calico's paw touches Laura's chest. Calico feels it. A tumor. The same type that Helene had. And worse, Dr. Calico instantly knows that Laura will die if it is not removed.
Yes.
It needs to be removed. Will you help me?
I can't help you.
You have to. You're the only one who can.
I can't.
Laura can feel herself falling down the rabbit hole of self-loathing, for she thought that Dr. Calico would be different from all the other cats that had let her down in life. Holding back tears, Laura disappears into the night. It was a long time before the crowd finally dispersed and went to bed. A somber pall overtook the village that night. Even the kittens were silent as they cuddle closely to their grieving mothers. Dr. Calico takes one last look at the expanse of the stars before she slinks off to Kate and Brittany's apartment. The next morning, Brittany paces while Kate, as usual, relaxes on the couch, cuddling with her precious Madeline. Joseph watches with his world-weary eyes.
The landlord doesn't believe I'm Eduardo's girlfriend.
That sucks.
Yeah, it does suck, because now I need to make out with Eduardo in front of the whole apartment building.
Ew, gross. Blech. He's such a little creepo. Thank you for taking one for the team.
What do you bring to this relationship?
A 60-inch flat-screen TV with 3D, which we never use. I'll make you dinner. I'll even let you pick. Ramen or Chef Boyardee.
Ha ha.
I'm glad Madeline is back to her normal self.
Yes, I'm glad we can save that $200. And maybe we can finally buy that wine fridge we've been wanting. You know, from BB&B.
Madeline jumps over to Joseph, for she is in need of his wise and usually prophetic words.
You were right, Joe.
Why do you say that?
I got what I wanted, but all I did was make things worse.
I never said you would make things worse.
Well, I certainly stuck my paws in it.
Perhaps you didn't.
Dom?
No, raccoons are not meant to climb fire escapes. We're meant for dumpster diving.
What are you doing here?
Retrieving my doctor.
I failed. I can't go back there.
What are you talking about? What about Cecil? Or any of the cats you've helped?
But I failed.
And you'll fail again. But that doesn't stop you from being the best cat doctor there is. You're LeBron, and I'm Curry.
Do they still want me?
See for yourself. Check the patient list.
Wow, this many?
We better get going.
Dom, how's Laura?
She's gone. But we could...
No, forget it. Let's go.
Are you sure, Doc?
Dr. Calico has some doctoring to do.
Bitchin'.
See you later, Joe. This doctor is back in the saddle.
To the old of the new world's worth, for each age is a dream that is dying, or one that is coming to birth.
God, shut up, Joe, would ya?
Thus cements the first chapter of the legend of Dr. Calico. Now I must retreat, friends, compile my notes, and then I will return with the rest of this epic tale. I'll also be soliciting feedback in the lobby. I've also been told to tell you all to come back next week, and good night!
Dee Herlihy playing Dr. Calico.
Hannah Corrigan playing Dom.
Molly Groom playing Laura.
Chris Dosher playing Kate.
Colleen Sproul playing Brittany.
Isa Goldberg playing Big Ant.
Dana Norris.
Justina Onitzweig.
Ellis Stonebeck.
Pedro Marnoto.
Rowan Bibby.
Cleo Handler playing various queens. Victoria Avison, various voices, and acting medical consultant.
Drew Legacy voicing Grizz, Cecil, and various voices.
Taya McCartan playing narrator, dispatch, and Joseph.
Chris Cox. Antonio Salvatore.
Matt Passaroni.
We are the Dead Anglers, playing music.
Music recorded by Nolan Quartaroli at True Music Studios.
Hey, I'm Andy Stein. I recorded most of the voices, did all of the sound design, and even got to purr a few times.
Eric Emma, director, producer, editor, and artistic director of the Venus Radio Theater. based on characters by Christy Bertelson and Eric Allen.
Get off the stage, you mangy cats! You know how much it's costing me to pay off the health inspector? Shut up!
Yeah, where's my fucking wieners?
Now this is when I'm supposed to thank the actors and the crew, but what was that? Queer cats? Slave-owning humans? A Buddhist cockatoo in reference to Joseph Cornell?
Who's Joseph Cornell?
I don't know. Probably a pinko leeching off the system. I was promised good, clean entertainment like I Love Lucy or Red Skeleton. We are going to have a talk about your programming. Red Skeleton, that's what this place needs.
Hey everyone! We've got Uncle Benny's mic! So give it up for Allen Tate!
Warmer, colder, 1 year older. Oh, I swear I didn't feel it go by. I don't know if I believe in time. Soothe me, hush me when I'm fussy. Oh, I know that I'm really alright. I just need to hear it once in a while. Get like this. Ooh, when did I get like this? Mid-November, I remember. It's the time of year when everyone's low. It's a cold that'll come and go. So conjure me a panacea, bring me something that'll kill my nerves. I'll give it a rest if you give me a ride. Ooh, when did I get like this? Ooh, when did I get like this? Tell me something so I know it's nothing. You think I probably shouldn't think for a while. It takes me a time to fall asleep at night. You know me better than I could ever. It's not so crazy when I'm here in your arms. I just get stuck inside my head sometimes. When did I get like this? 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 When did I get like this?
Hi, my name is Eric Emma, and I'm the artistic director of the Venus Radio Theater, and I wanted to thank you personally for listening to our first episode of the Venus Radio Theater On the Air Presents. What you're listening to now will be the first in many segments to come that will always come after the Venus Radio Theater On the Air Presents episode, and it'll be a personal message from me, as I really want to make sure that we have a personal touch with this theater, and I want to be in contact with community as much as possible. This has been an amazing journey. We've been working on this project for literally years. It's been a dream that you share. It's not, purely about me. And in fact, I think if I can, I hope that we put as much of a spotlight on all the amazing talent that makes all of this possible, because without them, it's nothing. And sharing that dream with others has really kind of been the identity and heart and soul of the Venus Radio Theater. The story of how this all began was just that I, as a creator in New York City, had become really burnt out on the whole pitching process and trying to make it as a writer. It's for folks that aren't in the industry, it's sort of kind of demarcated into two columns. It's those that have made it and those that haven't, and those that haven't usually are just kind of circling jobs that are related while they try to make it in the industry. And then those that have made it are always just trying to get to another rung because it's never quite enough. And it's a surprisingly very unfulfilling process altogether. And so I simply had this pilot script that I just was like, the odds of this ever getting made are slim to none. And so why not just try and make it as a radio play? And that's how Calico M.D. was born. And it was such a enjoyable and exciting experience, right? Like this idea of like actors actually coming in and, performing the work. I mean, Hannah Corrigan slays it as Dom, as does Dee as Calico, and as does Isa as Big Ant. But to see them bringing this work to life and just making it better is so exciting. And I was like, this needs to be shared with other people. And so, it's like, okay, let's try and do another one, right? And so then we decided to make Destroy All Humans by Peter Zimmerman, which will be the next one that we premiere. And then that experience was great because I got to see, Peter, who's a great writer, great human being, who is, hustling out there. He's written for Mad Magazine. He's got some other stuff in the works. But to, allow this person who is at the early start of their career a moment where they don't have to grind underneath someone else. It's not the, okay, I'm a script assistant and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. It's like, no, you are center stage. What you want, you're going to get. And to see it come to life is amazing. And then all of a sudden, that rock just starts rolling down that hill, and, it's now this huge boulder of just ideas and people. And we now have over 100 people involved. But part of this now becomes we've created this amazing behind the scenes infrastructure of all these super talented artists. And, the other big thing, in terms of diversity and this idea that if we tell a bunch of different stories from a bunch of different viewpoints, that just sort of passively, as you listen to each one of these episodes every month, you're just going to start to see like just the world, just all these different perspectives, and why that's so important, because it just has such an amazing effect on the work and how different it all can be. We are simply being a place where people can come and they can create, and it's just sort of adding to that tapestry that we're making as we go along and creating this sort of beautiful overarching story about just all the sort of differences that are out there, but also all the things that connect us. But now I think the next important thing is, what are you guys, the viewers, like? How are you responding? How can we make this a better experience for you? So I want to take this segment to kind of constantly be checking in, telling you a little bit about what we're doing, give you kind of an idea behind like why we're doing the things that we're doing. So right off the bat, this has been a monumentous task to kind of just get the website up. Big props to my little brother, Rob Emma, for taking point on creating an amazing website experience and really thinking about how the users interact with that. And so that's what we've been focusing on right now. It's just, let's get some great plays out there, and then let's make sure that that experience is good when they're listening. Our next big thing is going to be the Patreon. Again, this, real talk, this all costs money. And up until this point, it's been me self-funding this operation. It's sort of, it's like how do you read out of a book, which is, just worked for a few years, saved a lot of money, and then just threw it all that I had into this project to kind of see this dream take off. And now, so there is that element that we're going to need, donations, we're going to need support, we're going to need sponsorship, yada, yada, yada. But I think what's more exciting and more important about the Patreon is the idea that we want two sides of this coin, right? Like, I love that all of our creators are super passionate about their projects and that they have helped so much, at least me as, sort of the leader of this project, understanding how to best help them and also how to be a better person, particularly when it comes to diversity and different experiences. But the other half of that is the community. We want to be engaging, and that's something I need to learn. I've spent my life being this guy locked in his room, coming up with projects and things, and now this is a whole new experience. But with the Patreon, we are going to have a lot of cool stuff on there. We're going to have talkback episodes. We're going to be releasing 2 episodes per Venus Radio Theater on the Air Presents. One is both are conversations with the writer. One is a focus on the process and how they came to the work. And then the second one is a deep dive into a movie, a film, a TV show, a play, whatever inspires them, because I think talking about that conversation of art is so important and also just exciting. We're also going to have alternative scenes on there, deleted scenes, first scripts, all types of cool behind-the-scenes goodies. And then I also want to use it to launch a Discord channel, because I would love to be chatting with you guys one-on-one together. At the end of the day, I am a huge geek like all of you, so I just love talking pop culture. I could talk about anything from Batman to the latest Lynn Ramsey movie. One of my favorite directors is Terrence Malick, but I also love Top Gun, so that gives you an idea of the range of my interests. But really, I would love to kind of get this community moving, because I think the more feedback that we get from you, the audience, the better. We have a lot of exciting stuff that we'll be kind of announcing over the coming months. We just formed some partnerships with Classical Theater of Harlem and Theater for the New City that I look forward to talking more about in the future. We have productions in the can in which we'll be able to release an episode every month if we do absolutely nothing else from here on in for the next year, which is really exciting. So there is a ton of stuff on the horizon, and I just thank you for joining us on this first episode, because as great as this was, and just the whole world of 60th Village and Calico and the Cats, I'm just telling you, it's been amazing to see how the quality just keeps getting better and better, and I am super excited to share that with all of you. So thank you so much. Please like and subscribe to us on all our social networks, and just, at me. I'm going to be reading all those comments, and I want to see what you have to say. Again, thank you so much.